Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. That's right, I'm riding a pig and we are in the awesome 1.5.1. I have really good FPS and no more stuttering, which is fantastic. But first of all, let's park this little pig over here in the bay. Can I make it first time? Yay! There we go, excellent. Okay, let's hop off this guy and close that. Yeah, just thought I'd have a bit of fun because today is going to be an epic episode. Last time I felt like Minecraft beat me. I had some really unfortunate luck with my microphone and losing all of my villagers as well. We have one zombie villager left. I did have a theory that the other two could have possibly despawned. You see, this guy is holding a piece of rotted flesh. Now, if he can hold an object that he can pick up, he has the ability to not despawn because he's holding that item. So I think the other two despawned. I also need to do some investigation into how villagers breed, because it could actually be possible to breed them with just the one, so we could heal this guy. But if not, we will get some more villagers from the village, which is a long way away from here. But what is this building here that I have not been talking about? This is the church that I've been wanting to build for a long time, and it's taken me quite some time to build this, but I have been really enjoying it, and there's some changes that I wanted to make. So at this point I felt like I would start recording and tell you what I've done so far. So I wanted to add in a little pattern at the back here, which I thought looked unusual. And you know what, from this side it doesn't look too great, but from the other side it looks pretty good, and I'm not sure if I want to keep it, but for now it will do. And the overall structure of the church, I think it could be changed, you know, like I've gone too far to change, but what I should have done is made this back part a little bit bigger and had more of a tower that goes up. This thing is a little bit too small, but I'm going to make some changes to certain things around here, and I think we'll get it looking good. For example, these half slabs here, they don't really look right, so what I want to do is move this cobblestone that we have, which kind of looks like it's holding it up. I want to move that over to this block here, and then that way these aren't going to go around the corner. I also want to change up the entrance. I don't like the way it slopes downwards. I think we need to have it slope up to the middle from a lower point, so it'll be like the roof that we have up there. And the other cool thing about the roof is the entire thing is made of either half slabs or stairs, so no mobs will spawn on them, and therefore we don't need any light to stop them spawning. So another change that I thought that I want to make is put stone here instead of stone bricks, because we used an awful lot of that. So I'm going to put some stone pillars here instead, and a few other details need to be worked in, but overall I think it's looking even pretty decent. And on the inside the scale is right. It's got a nice roof, and we've got this little altar at the end here, and yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. So obviously I need to do the floor. I need to build like some terrain features around it, for example grass and maybe a fence that goes around and some flowers and other things like that. So there's still quite a bit of work to be done, but if we just look at how this fits into the whole area, and I need to make a little dirt pillar here, and I have jump boost by the way, that's why I'm jumping up a little bit higher than usual. There we go, that should do. Yeah, so you can see it's probably a little bit too close to these houses to put anything in that area, but I think we can fit another building in the middle here in front of the church, and then down in that area I think there's room for a building there, and it's kind of obscured by the view of the beacon, so let's get down from here. There we go. And then this little mound that we have over here, I think we could put a curved building, one that would sort of push back into the trees, so I'm not sure how it would end, but this front area where it curves around, I definitely think we could put some sort of building there. So the other building that I really wanted to have was a library. We've got our church. I also wanted a building which the villagers come up from. Now I'm aware that some of you haven't been watching for a long time. There are a few people that have been watching Hermitcraft, and it was a very long time ago I talked about having an underground villager breeding system where the villagers would simply rise up through a water tube and get distributed into the village. So the building for that could actually go over there, since we have that nice curve. So the library I think is probably going to have to go down here, and we're probably going to have to do some terraforming to fit it in as well. But anyway, enough talk about that. Let's continue working on the church and I'll see if I can get it finished. Okay, let's take another look at the church. You can see I've made some changes here, and yes, the back looks a little bit bigger. That's because I've put in something in there which I'm going to show you in a moment. I moved this over by one pillar. I think it was there before, so it's now on the edge there. We don't have the half slabs at the front, and the entrance looks really nice from there. and the extra bit of stone I think makes a difference to break it up. This thing is still very, very grey though, and I couldn't really think of what other materials I could sort of throw in without them providing too much of a contrast. But anyway, let's go and have a look at the inside. Look at that, that is very cool. We have a chest that's still there, and we have these nice little torches. This is something I saw on Reddit a long time ago. You can put down an item frame and then you place the torch on the block like that. So you select the block and not the item frame, and it will place on top of it, which is cool because it looks like a little torch holder. And then the pews, I think that's what they're called, are made out of normal wood, and the floor is made out of the darker wood. I think that looks pretty decent, and I changed this little altar as well, so it's mainly dark wood around it. We've got glowstone up there for lighting, so all of in here should be fine. I haven't checked it, but look, the torches are pretty close. So the back here, I decided to put a colour behind it, and I went with blue, and on reflection I think red might fit in more, and the reason why is because we get a little bit of red from these item frames, so I might change that, but that does look very cool, and that is why the back is now a little bit fatter. So let's go around there and have a look. And by the way, for the entrance I'm thinking of just leaving it open like this. I don't want to put in any doors because then we'll have a strange 1 block gap, and then that looks really odd, so we'll just leave it open. And if we go around the back here, yep, that's why it's fatter, because we've hidden the wall behind the stairs that have the little holes in, and so I thought I'd break it up and put these on the corners. And also I put in extra land here so that we didn't have to extend these half slabs, or sorry, stairs even, around the back. That's something that I might change, because this area here and these chests is supposed to be temporary, so at some point I might be changing that. But that is the church pretty much complete. I think there's one other little detail that I wanted to do that I've just forgotten about, so we might come back and change that. I'll probably change the wall from blue to red. Oh, and by the way, my pig is called Henry. Yeah, I felt like giving a name, so Henry the pig. And when I was riding him around, I noticed that there were some cows that had appeared out of nowhere, it would seem. There are a couple in this area. I think I might have recorded them at the very beginning. You can see one of them is over there. And then I saw one over here, and I thought, well, you know, there were 2 of them in that area. How did this guy get over here? So I went and investigated. The obvious place to go to was the cow farm, and when I got there I found a load of cows hanging out next to the nano farm. Yep, here they are. And there were a couple more in there. That guy's made his way into the back. Good luck getting out of there, mate, you're now in a hole. And so somehow they have escaped out of here, or maybe they've come from somewhere else, but I don't think they've escaped. Well, I don't understand how they would have escaped from here. This is all sealed, so that is something that I need to investigate. The only other place we have cows around here is the compact animal breeders. They seem to be just fine. Same for the pig one as well. So mysteriously, out of nowhere, some cows have appeared. And you know what? Having cows and animals roaming around is actually really nice. But the problem with doing that is they always wander off and die somewhere. And I've had a few suggestions recently from people saying that I should get more animals around Avalon. And it's a really great idea, but they are just going to wander off and disappear. So anyway, what are we going to do next? I'm not 100% sure. I think I want to work on this side here. We've got the chicken farm to take down, and I want to plant down a couple of big trees, extend this path into the village and sort of connect up all of this area, and maybe we'll have some like fenced off areas with some gardening or something like that. Okay, I think I'm going to do this the cruel way, just because I want to see what's going to happen. Actually, do you know, it's probably not going to be that interesting at all. But anyway, let's do it. Let's break the hopper. And sorry guys, you are cooked meat. Except all your meat got burnt by the lava. Yeah, that wasn't really very nice, was it? And we got a ton of cooked chicken and feathers for where this thing had been running over time. But anyway, you must be wondering, why am I level 250? What on earth possessed me to do that? Well, like I said, the game beat me last time. I felt like I wanted to beat Minecraft, so I just went and got as many levels as I could bear. So while I was over there I was doing some enchanting as well. That's at the end farm, of course. And I've got this little clip to show you, and then after that we're going to take a break. So, 250 levels. I do not even want to talk about how long that took me. But I will show you the trick that I used, and there is a trick involved. Doc M showed this in one of his videos. You have a minecart track and a minecart that goes back and forth, and then if you're lucky like me and you have 2 screens, you can watch a movie on one and just go back and forth on the other, clicking away at all those endermen And yeah, it does take some time, but I managed to get up to 250, and now I'm thinking I don't ever want to spend any XP or die, because that is just such a high level. But then again, I was thinking maybe I should just leave it at 250, and if ever I get to 251, I have to sacrifice all of the XP just for a laugh. But anyway, while I was here, before I'd done all of that, I brought some books with me. I had a theory which I talked about in one of the previous episodes, that I thought that enchanting books would be the way to go now that you could combine them, and I tell you what, it well and truly is. I took an anvil and an enchanting table, put them next to where the endermen are over in this corner, so that I could just stand at the gate and hit a few endermen and then turn to the enchanting table and make some enchantments. So these books all cost level 1, and you'd be surprised at the enchantments you get. There's power, protection, sharpness, knockback, protection again, efficiency, and these are the common ones. And so it makes it really good, because they're the ones that we're after really, things like efficiency 3. Obviously I got level 1 to begin with, and then I combined the books together. As I said, I had 17, but maybe I did actually have a few more books that I brought with me, but it did not take a long time at all. I was literally just turning and hitting and then enchanting, and the same thing for combining them, because it's very cheap to combine them. And so this is the way to go, I think. What I haven't done yet is combine 2 books together, which we can actually just have a look at the price. So it does cost a bit more there. Let's try one that has, I tell you what, efficiency and protection. They shouldn't go on a book together, but you can. Yeah, that's very strange. I wonder how that works. I doubt the protection or efficiency would work if you put it on, you know, either type of item. So it does cost a bit more to combine different types of enchantments together, but I think once you've got the book of all the different enchantments that you want, it's very cheap to put it on a pick or a sword, etc. However, I'm just going by memory there, so I could be wrong. But that is the way to do enchanting in the future. It's probably going to be a long time before I come back here again. I think I've had enough of this place for now. But when I come back, for sure we'll be bringing a lot of books and trying that out again. Welcome back. Okay, we have a sign here that says church roof. Normally I make little notes of things that I miss, and I thought, why not just put the note in game? So we're going to check out the church roof in a moment. There's something that I changed there that I forgot to show you. It's something I quite liked. But this area here has been really fun to build. It has taken me a fair bit of time, as you can imagine. It may not look like much, but these things are a little bit tedious to get going. So these wheat fields on the side here, I think they're going to look really good when they're fully grown. There's lots of nice golden sort of colours to add to the area. And I still need to get more seeds, that's why I'm waiting for these to grow, so I can do a little patch down here as well. And I haven't been going all the way over to the edge. I've just been leaving in random grass blocks, and yeah, just keeping that kind of natural feel going. So it's turned out pretty good, and I've also tried something different. Now, back in this area we were doing lighting with pumpkins, and here are some right here to show you. That looks pretty cool because it introduces a bit of orange into the area. But when we come over here, what I've done this time, and you can barely see it, is I put jungle leaves on top of them, and that has made a huge difference. There's a few of them under the fence posts, there's some just in the grass over here, and they provide a plentiful amount of light, and you can barely see them, which is really cool. I've also put them here on these flower beds, so you can see, except under there I've done glowstone, which I think looks really cool from an angle. And so yeah, this is really coming along nicely. I'm thinking about putting a villager in this area as well, so it looks like we have one that tends to the crops, although he might trample them. I'm not sure if that's the case. And also some chickens as well, and because of this fence post, that villager won't be able to be, you know, elsewhere in the village, so it'll look like there's always someone here looking after the crops, which is pretty cool. Keep it looking populated. And so this is the bit that I'm working on at the moment. We're going to come down here. It's probably going to be more the same, more grass and stuff. I need ideas really for other things that I can put in this area, because otherwise I'm going to end up with paths that go all around this village, and all they're going to have is flowers and grass. And a really cool idea has popped into my head. Maybe we could build a little like stool. I forget what they're called, the ones that you can sort of cart away. But we could put some wall blocks on top, so it has a nice colourful roof and a little bar stand at the front or something. So anyway, this bit over here is what I'm doing next. We're going to have the gravel path meet up with the wooden one. Oops. And that's going to lead round here. Now, this path originally pointed out in this direction. I now want to make it go this way, because I want to put the building that we're going to build in this area here come up quite close to this building. And I don't know, I just kind of envision that that would actually look alright. It would give it a bit more density and would have a little bit of an open area just in front of where I'm standing now. So I'll be connecting that path up to this one up here. And I'll do all that in a moment, babbling on about it a bit. So the church roof on the inside, doesn't that look really cool? Before we just had the stairs. You see, they're the stair blocks, but that's the other side of it, so it just looks like a regular block. We had that going up like that, all the way to the top, and it didn't look very good, so I thought I'd put stairs in, but I thought if I put stairs going the whole way across, it'll be really bland, so we've done a little bit on this side, then a little bit more, and I tried to do that again at the top there, but the stairs wouldn't join up like that, like they do where they turn into the corner, and it also created some lighting problems, so I had to just put in full blocks, and I think that actually looks the best. So yeah, there's the church roof for you. So I am going to go continue doing this little area over here, and when we've done that we'll be ready to build a building in this area, which I think is going to be a library. Okay, this was a great idea. Check it out. Little stall to sell items, item frames, a little flower pot. I was about to say teapot for some reason. And yeah, it's very cool. Got a little area here to go back. I was supposed to add a chest. Do I have one on me? No. I really want to see what it looks like with a chest. Let me just go and grab one of those. I've got them in a chest up here. In fact, I've got a ton of items, and yeah, with all the updates over time, there's just more and more items in this game, and you end up with chests like this full of clutter. There it is right there. Took me a while to spot that one. And now what do we not need? I tell you what, I don't need more flowers, so we'll put that back. And yeah, I'm always taking trips back and forth to pick up things, and it's been quite tedious to do all this, but it's been very fun as well. So let's put down a little chest there. That looks cool. It's got its nice little area to rest in. Some more might actually look better, you know. So it looks like they have a bit of supply. But anyway, that's good. And then the path around here, very simple. What was that noise? It sounded like a creeper. Or maybe... Oh, no, it's a spider. I can hear it. It's underground somewhere. My volume is actually very quiet. So yeah, again, using the leaves and the pumpkins, that works so well. When you walk past, you can barely even see where they are, but we've got one there, a couple here. I've even put a torch on the top of that, so don't worry about mobs spawning up there, and behind there as well you can see. And so now we are ready to build the library in this area here. And oh look, there's a creeper on top of that building. Let's see if we can kill him. Yes, what a shot. And down into the water you go. Oh, and one other thing that I forgot to mention, I've changed this to red wool, and boy does that make the difference. That looks a lot nicer, and I also like how it's a lot brighter in the centre and it gets darker as it goes off to the corners, so I'm very pleased with that. So let's take a look at the progress that I've been making with this library building. Now I feel like maybe I've done too much building for one episode here, because I don't know, this isn't quite looking how I wanted it to. However, the church I think I've done a really good job on. A lot of planning, and you know, I really sort of figured out the space and shape that we would need to work with. Now I feel a little restricted where I'm putting this library. I've had to make it smaller a couple of times, and the reason why is because I didn't want the building to be too tall. First of all, I didn't want to block off the view of these ones at the back. In fact, one thing I haven't done is gone up here and seen what the view from the window is like. It is kind of blocked by that building, but I didn't want this to be too close to these buildings or this one here. I feel like I got the distance on this side just right, and the distance between it and the church feels good as well. But the problem with all that distance is it makes the building itself a lot smaller, like it is at the moment, which is what I'm not too happy about. Now from the outside it looks a lot smaller because the ground is a couple of blocks lower, so let's go inside. I'm actually really happy with how it looks on the inside. I'm going to be replacing these cobblestone with some bookshelves that are going to be three blocks high each, and on the sides of them I'm going to put the names of donators like we've done in the rest of this village. We have our donator names, and there's a lot of people that I need to say thank you to, and so we'll be able to put quite a few names in here, as we'll be able to do in the church as well, because what I plan on doing is putting a sign on the end of each pew as well. But before we do any of that, we need to get this building finished, and yeah, you can just kind of see the size doesn't give you a lot of room to kind of add detail and do too much with. So at the moment I'm getting to that point where I'm starting the roof, and I feel like maybe that's the place where I should try and add something a little different. So the building is kind of circular. Well, actually it's not really, is it? It's just got curved corners. But as the roof comes up from that sort of shape, it usually forms into a square, which you can see right now. So if you look at the level that these blocks are in, they're just going to go in a square around the four corners. So I think that's where I want to change things up. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but that's the next part of my building. And also I think what I want to do is put some, I was about to say signs, item frames on the wall with books in them as well, which would be pretty cool to add a little bit of detail in here. But otherwise I've not got too many ideas for unique little details that I could do, and that is something that I don't really feel like I have in my arsenal, little details and little tricks that you can do. Because if you browse places like Minecraft Reddit, people often post cool little details you can make with a few blocks to kind of add something extra to a building or a place, and that's something I feel like I really need at the moment. But other than that, I think this is coming along nicely, so I shall continue building. Something else that I forgot to mention, I built this, and I don't know really, it looks okay. The scale doesn't feel quite right, but I like that. So anyway, the library building, I finished building the roof, and this was quite difficult to do. I feel like I've done enough building for now. I really sort of started to run out of ideas and kept building and unbuilding, and yeah, tried a lot of different things, and in the end I went for this. We've got stairs back to back, so we get these ridges and then half slabs in the middle, which I think looks okay, but again it's just so much grey, and I really wish I could come up with some roof designs where we could mix some more materials in. But I think that's the problem with the stone bricks in general, is that not a lot goes with them apart from other grey colours, and we've got basically two other textures to work with, or maybe the grey wool as well, but they're not really flexible as you don't have half slabs and things like that. But anyway, let's take a look at the inside. The inside I think is what looks best. You can see I put in all of the bookshelves. We've got torches on the walls and these lamps in the ground, and it looks cool. It looks really cool. My favourite thing is this bit here, because none of these stairs were here first of all, and the roof looked really flat, and the only change in it were these half slabs that went along the side. So I thought, okay, we can do something with this, and I put in these stairs here, and then I think it looks pretty good now. So that's the inside. There's not much else to be done here. I might add some signs, sorry I called them signs again, item frames like that on the walls somewhere with some books in them, but I'm not really sure where to put them. And having these here as well, I don't really want to put them too near to them, but maybe like 3 in a row in the middle there. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore because it's pretty well done in here, and any more detail might be too much. So yeah, it's taken me a long time and I really want to take a break. There are a couple of things that I am unsure about though, like these half slabs on top of the wood, and the shape I might just change up a little bit here and there, and also these bookshelves at the front and back. They look good on the inside being up there, but from the outside I'm not so sure, so that's something else I might change. And you can see I haven't finished doing the entrance at this side, and around it as well I haven't really finished tidying things up, like these torches and putting down grass. The reason why is because this episode is going to take me longer than I expected now. There used to be a zombie in a hole right here, and like a fool, I made a really bad decision. I wanted to move him inside here, where he'd be away from the sunlight, and just put the guy in the corner and put down some dirt, or lock him in here somewhere. So what I did was I made a little pathway from the hole over here, and I built a roof out of dirt. And my thoughts were that the zombie would stay out of the sunlight and stay under the dirt and follow me in this direction, but its pathfinding decided to walk into the sunlight, and then when it made its way back, so it was under the dirt, it was still on fire, and I didn't have a bucket of water with me, and so that was a complete fail on my behalf. So we have lost our zombie villager, and this means that I'm going to have to go get some more villagers, and that is going to be one hell of a journey. If you've seen the episode that we've done in the past, we had a little time lapse where I took them from, which is basically the site of our abandoned quarry thing. I forget what I was calling that, but basically all the way over there is a village, and it is a long journey across here, and then I had to make a bridge across the water, so it looks like I've got to do all of that again, which means I'm going to have to cut things short, unfortunately. I thought I'd given myself enough time, but building is something that takes hours, you have to constantly build and rebuild, and maybe you're not in the right mood at the right time and stuff like that. But anyway, before I head off to do that, let's just take a look at the village. The village? That's not the right word. The ice farm that we built a few episodes ago. It looks alright from over here, I think. Let's just pillar up a bit so we can get a bit more of an angle. Yeah, it just looks like a a grey blob, so yeah, no point in having a look at that. Anyway, I'm going to go grab those villagers. So here we are at the village, and these are the only 3 villages we have left. And now I have to make a decision. What way do I want to go? Do I want to go the long way, which is one I think will be safe because I have a bed and I'm pretty sure I can transport them all the way back. However, it will be very time consuming. Or do we want to try something different and go through the nether, because we have a nether portal system for minecarts already in place, and if we could get them onto that, that would take them pretty much all the way to our storage area in the nether, and then transferring them into Avalon should be relatively simple. Now, I know if I go that way it's going to be pretty much risk-free because I have a bed on me, I can sleep and things will be safe. If I go the nether route, I can't help but feel something might go wrong when we go through the nether portals, although all of that's supposedly been fixed, so I think I want to take the shorter route since I've already done the other way before, and these being the only 3 villages makes it a huge risk if we lose them again. So I'm going to start setting down a track. Now, another idea that I've had as well is to get a zombie villager from my zombie spawner or from the mob spawner itself, like a natural spawn, and try and convert that into a regular villager. But that could be very time consuming. I don't really know what goes into it. I think you need to keep them contained for a long time and then give them a golden apple and a slowness potion or a weakness potion. So I figured that we're probably going to do both of those. And since I'm already over here, why don't we just get these 3 guys back and we will get them to a safe place. And then probably not this episode now because things have been very time consuming. But maybe in the next episode we'll play around with a zombie villager and see if we can turn them back into a regular villager. Okay, I've decided to do one at a time. I think it's all locked up. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it is. It better be, because otherwise I'm in trouble. The other 2 are going to be able to escape. And here we go. I just need to push you over the edge here. And this is the scary bit that I want to capture on camera. I know he's going to be safe, but look, we're going right over the ravine. Awesome. So yeah, I've just got to nudge this guy all the way up to the top now, and when we get up there, we're going to be transferring him through the nether portal, so hopefully he won't take any damage or anything like that. He's already taken a little bit when I got him out of the village hut back there. I decided the way I should do it is I should push him through a block, so he would take a little bit of damage, but it means that the other 2 couldn't escape. And of course there's ways that you can do it, but I don't know, I've just got that feeling about this because we've had a lot of bad luck lately, so we need to take every precaution there is, and that almost failed. And you didn't go through the nether portal. Yep, why did you not do that? Shall I break? Now, speaking of being careful, this isn't. Okay, he went through. Right, I need to... Oh, wait. Before we load up the nether, grab a minecart, because I'm going to have to nudge him into that. This could be a little bit crazy. There he is. No, don't stand there. Stand on the track. You're probably going to go back through, aren't you? Come on, walk towards me. No. Let's see if we can nudge you out. Yes, and then go on. No. Oh. This is so derpy. Yay! Oh, I saw he took damage then. That is not good. Right, I'm going to run down to the end and find out what happened to him. Looks like he made it here nice and safe. I did actually see him come halfway down this track and then he stopped and went backwards, which was very strange. I can't help but feel he might have taken more damage, so you are going to want an instant health potion. But when we get your buddies over here, we're going to take you into Avalon and give you one of those. Don't go back down there. Oh, oh, he'll come back in a moment. Okay, I think I should give him an instant health potion now. The sun is going down. We've got 2 more villages here. I can't see the one in front. Oh, there he is. And this is probably the worst time and the worst place to be when the sun goes down, because this area is not lit up at all. So let's hope we're in for a safe journey. And I've got this guy's nose in my face for all of it. Well, that was certainly a lot quicker going through the nether than it was travelling that long distance like I did last time. But the mechanics of the game have changed since I've done that, so this was a lot easier. The villagers stay in their minecarts. However, you may have noticed there are 2 of these guys. We lost one. Unfortunately, when they went through the last portal to get back here, one of them went through, and to where he went, well, I do actually have an idea as to what happened there, but that's a little bit of a secret that I can't talk about at the moment, so We have two of them, which is great, which means we can start breeding. As I did mention, I think it might be possible to breed with just one and some doors, which is kind of strange. but yeah, I haven't really looked into the mechanics of it, you know. Villager breeding. Oh, whoa, 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 go back. Yeah, villager breeding and all of that isn't really my specialty. My specialty was always animal breeding back in the day. And I kind of lost interest in that now, you know. I just like to play on Avalon and have fun these days, and I'm not really into knowing everything there is to know about the game. But there we go, we have two of these guys back here, and these guys deserve a... Yeah, these guys, they both deserve a splash potion of healing. One of them took a lot of damage a moment ago. I was placing a block to sort of keep them contained, and when he got on his minecart he just stopped right under it, so one of them is probably almost dead. There you go guys, hopefully you're feeling a lot better, and now I'm going to go investigate and see if I know where the other villager went. So I've finished my investigating, and the third villager did not go where I expected him to go. However, someone else has been there, which makes me think that someone has been visiting my island and they have discovered something that I put in place a long time ago. So I don't have the time to watch everyone else's videos, and that's why I don't know who's been over here. But you guys, there's a lot of you, and you guys have probably seen a lot more Hermitcraft than I have. So I want to ask, have you seen that anyone else has come over to Avalon? Maybe they put it in their video or they talked about it. And one way you'll know what I'm talking about, they would have received a book with a message. And if they have, if you've seen that in the video, please let me know, because that'll explain a lot. Because the third villager didn't go where I went him. The third villager didn't go where I expected him to go, but someone else had been there. So I don't know where that villager is. I don't know where else to look for him. So we only have two villagers left. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you've seen that on anyone else's video, if they've mentioned coming over here and not getting what they expected to get, but they got a book with a message. So yeah. Anyway, this episode was called Xisuma Beats Minecraft. You know, I didn't really beat Minecraft or do anything that spectacular. I just wanted to have a really good episode, and I felt we got that, you know. I done something special, the 250 levels, that was a real pain to get. And then we came over here and we built, and you know what, I think I've done a really good job. I was in the mood, been playing a lot of FTB lately, and I find that you play one a lot and then it, you know, it makes you want to play the other, and it goes back and forth, and it's kind of good because I feel like my creativity and my productivity on both of those games are now getting, you know, increased overall, if you want to look at it from that kind of perspective. But yeah, we had a really cool time here building, and I want to continue doing this. I'm liking how the village is finally developing, and I want to keep that going. But next episode we will probably end up doing a lot of experimenting, because we have some villagers here now and we want to breed them and get this village populated. I think I found our villager friend, and look where he is. Down here in the strip mine. How on earth did you pull that one off, my friend? That is something. Now he's going down here. Hold up, let me just block you off and block you in here. So, the reason that I'm actually down here, funny enough, is because I got lost, I guess I could say. Maybe I'll explain that next episode. But actually I wanted to cut in and just talk for a second at the end of this episode. Thank you very much for all the likes and the comments on the previous episode. I know it was a short episode, 13 minutes, things got messed up. Apparently a bunch of other YouTubers all had the same problem on the same day. Doc M, Corrales, Monkey Farm, and a couple of others, which I found interesting. But sometimes things just happen like that. But yeah, just want to say I really do appreciate your support. You guys do keep me going. And so I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I can't wait to play on here again. I've been really enjoying my vanilla and my FTB as well. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.